I guess we'd go back to the Facebook example. We understand Facebook, it's extremely popular. It's the second largest website in the US. On Christmas Day, it beat Google in terms of traffic. We have to have our presence there. Our customers do search for us there. They want to know that we're fully connected. But in terms of us being able to go out and find new customers, being able to go out and talk to them, Facebook just isn't that right way. It's a great way to stay in touch with our current customers, but it's the same way that we stay in touch with them through email, through personal conversations, through Twitter, and through other ways. It's a great way to distribute new messages. But beyond that, Facebook, as in terms of a real heavy-duty marketing tool and something we want to allocate a lot of dollars towards, just isn't the right fit for our brand. Now, of course, many other brands, that's the complete opposite example, and that's part of going back to the whole example of you really need to be in tune with your brand and the new shiny new objects so you know exactly what you should be focusing on.
Actually, they tend to work fairly well across the board. And if you break it down into display, obviously display in general, I think, has lost some of its impact. But it's sort of like when people talk about traditional media and TV. You know, I think there's definitely some recall effect. There's the halo effect, as a lot of people call it. So I think in measuring display to a direct response metric, a lot of people think it's lost its impact or losing it. But I think it still needs to be a major part of the mix because I think it's just used more now as a lot of TV branding spots, halo effect. It's definitely assists in recall.
Well, we haven't run across any yet that seem to scare us away. We really take a close look at things that speak to our audience, platforms where music makes sense, where fans are getting an opportunity to experience or encounter music, where we can share the things that are unique and special about the Grammy brand. To the extent that we can bring that to the audience, we're open to any number of platforms. We obviously want to be very sensitive and respectful of the artists that we work with and that we represent, because there is a philanthropic as well as an advocacy portion of the Academy. And so for us, that's very important. So we always want to be mindful and respectful of the art, the creative force, as well as the talents that bring that force to us. But we're pretty much open to anything that is respectful and falls within those guidelines. And as a luxury brand, obviously we have to be, as a high-end brand, as an iconic brand, because we're music's biggest brand, we have to be careful to make sure that we're not presenting our brand in a light that's inappropriate or putting it in a place where it's not being managed properly.